and set a career plan for each of those people. To think about their work and their commitment as a fuel tank. Are they empty or are they full? And what plans do you have for them in the next 6 months? How can you increase their value? How can you improve the direction in which they're heading? How can you ensure that they become fully committed members of your team? Remember, there are also 4 stages of a team member's growth: commencement, growth, maturity, decline. At which point will you introduce the sigmoid? In other words, at which point will you encourage them to go to that higher level? Or have you unwittingly, as a manager, allowed them to go into some level of maturity, and over time, because there's been no commitment to improve them, to work with them, to encourage them, you've now found that some of them have dropped off and are going into decline? In managing your team, the critical aspects are to realize that each team member has certain talents to share with the team. Effective teams have complementary talents. Get analysts and expressives working together. Get relators and drivers working together. All effective teams have a vision and have a strategy for achieving the vision. All effective teams get constant feedback and encouragement as to where they're going and what they're doing and the best way of getting there. And all effective managers tend to encourage their team members rather than berate them. Effective managers look for the good more than the bad. They focus on the positive far more than the negative. Pillar number 6, managing information and communication. Whether you attended the 7 Pillars program a few days, a few weeks, or a few months ago, what's taken place on your desk and in your work area as a result of learning how to organize your documentation and paperwork? Would you say that your desk and work area epitomizes the productive employee? Is your desk and work area the model for other team members to follow? When you sit down in the morning to work, do you feel like that you can power through a productive day? Do you have fingertip control of all of your information? Or when you sit at your desk, do you feel totally lost and swamped? As a manager, it's critical that you have access to the tools and information that you use on a frequent basis. Have you triaged your work area? Is the only thing in front of you your critical material? Have you triaged your work area? Do you now have an A zone, a B zone, and a C zone? Do you have a D box for all of your stuff? A 1 to 31 filing cabinet next to you? Do you have your reading material behind you? Is this the model that you would like to share and show your team members? Because I believe one of the very best ways of increasing your level levels of energy and focus is to have an organized work area set up in 3 workable zones. Another aspect of managing information is delegation. Much of what managers do could be delegated, or at least it should be delegated. And the only way that you can have more time working on the team and not in the team is to delegate a lot of the mundane work which other people could do to encourage them, which allows you more time for setting strategic direction and to create those objectives. So what have you done differently as a result of being at the 7 Pillars program? Are you now delegating work for other people to do? And we're not just talking about giving people stuff and things that are meaningless, but what are you doing right now that you truly could hand on to someone else that they would consider is meaningful work? Remember, never do something yourself that someone else could do for you. And I realize that there are many things that only you can do because of the nature of management, because of the technical difficulty, but I believe there are many